If you own a roofing company or other home service business, you've probably heard a million and one people talking about AI agents, AI voice receptionists, AI CSRs, AI this, AI that, blah, 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 blah. Well, as someone who has built dozens, if not hundreds of AI agents, specifically AI voice agents, there's really three main things that I've learned that I think you should know if you're planning to either build or have someone implement one of these tools for you in the next coming month. More specifically, for the past few months, I've been running a voice AI pilot for a home service franchise where I've been really testing what it takes to scale one of these agents to 100 plus locations nationwide. And the number one thing that keeps making itself apparent is simple scales. Early on, I thought that the value of AI came from how many tasks it could actually handle and how deeply it could be integrated into a business. Now, don't get me wrong, I still really think that integration is one of the top things that makes AI valuable, because without integration, you're kind of just doing a task with no endpoint. But I was really wrong. It's not about the amount of tasks, it's about how well it can do one very specific manual task reliably every single time, especially when a human isn't able to do so, right? And what I found is the more complexity that you add, the more room there is for errors, hallucinations, yada, 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 basically behavior that's hard to trace back to the root cause, right? We don't want to restrict AI so much to where it can't make its own decisions in a conversation, but we don't want to give it so much room to where it's talking about things that aren't necessary for the business or for the task that we've given it, right? The second most important thing is live data is the best data, right? A lot of times business owners tend to nitpick. They love to predict every single scenario that the agent might face. Most edge cases only happen about once a month, if ever. And so every single time that we have over-engineered before a launch, or we've built an agent to do things that we think it should be doing because one of those things happened to you 2 months ago in a call that you think the agent might need to be able to handle, right? The more we do that, we actually slow it down and we make it worse at the number one specific task that we set out to do and that it was technically hired to do, right? What I always like to say is real calls, real data is better than hypothetical data, right? So we adjust and we tweak the agent based on what's actually happening and not what we fear could happen once a month because your current office lady said that she gets asked this question maybe twice in the past month and the agent needs to be able to handle that, right? That's just not true. The third most important thing about AI voice agents, if you are looking to build one yourself or hire a company like Nail, which is what I am the founder of, to do the work for you, is you have to stop touching it. You have to let it work, right? If you tweak an agent, and this is similar to employees, right? It's really not that different. But if you tweak an agent after every single call, you'll never know what's actually working and what's not, right? You won't know how to troubleshoot, because just like ads, just like employees, just like any other marketing metric in your business, right? The more you change something, the more unreliable the data is going to be, because you never gave it enough time and enough input to actually figure out, okay, which one of these pieces is working and which one isn't, right? You need enough volume and you need enough time to measure the actual performance, then optimize in waves and not just one tweak here and one tweak there. One thing, if you've ever worked with a really large software company or any company that's really heavily integrated in technology, they have versions, right? They have versions of software. They have versions of products. They don't just have continuous improvements, right? So instead of doing one improvement every single day, what you should do is you should take a list of everything that you're noticing in your data, and you should make improvements maybe once a month, roll it out as a new version, right? As soon as we started doing this, we found it way more productive, not only for our team, but we found that the agent actually performed better because we were able to really with a fine-tooth comb, go through and figure out, okay, what's actually important for us to be changing. One thing that I wanted to bring up is we're already seeing really huge wins with this franchise pilot that I mentioned earlier, especially during the holidays and after hours when humans really can't answer the phone. And what we're doing is we're refining based on real data, right? So every week we go through every single call and see, okay, where did the agent mess up? Where did they do well? And the rollout to go nationwide, right, to 150 plus locations gets stronger after every single time we do that because it's actually coming from real data. We build the agent simply, it's coming from real data, and we don't touch it every single day. And that's what makes for a successful voice AI agent. If you want to learn more about these agents, or if you're curious if one of these might be a good fit for your business, franchise, multi-location home service company, whatever that might be, feel free to reach out. Go to usenail.com or send me an email at george@usenail.com. Thanks.